All right, let's do that. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Boom. I guess I can't post going live. Twitter Twitter being a bitch right now. Twitter's down. Oh. Logan, Jester.
Twitter die again.
Twitter down again. I can't even post. I'm going live. What up, Kate? What up, homie? Welcome in. Welcome in. Like literally nothing is. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, we
Hit
live.
on the hat.
I mean, fuck it. We here. We vibing. We surviving. It's all good in the 100 Acre
I
Woods.
just started it out with Apex.
First it was Apex, and now it's Twitter. Fucking nuts. All right. Only nerds use Twitter. First of all, then why aren't you on it, nerd? Shake my
The
head.
audio quality and shit on this, okay?
Yeah, it's all good. I hear you clear. I don't know why Logan's mute. Logan,
We're getting
too much background noise. I'm having to stay muted the whole time, pretty much.
I mean, that's up to you, homie. I don't care if there's background noise.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm muted
No,
for.
trust me, no one wants to hear.
shut up. All right. Anyways, I'll do this fucking intro and we'll get it started. Welcome, you fucking degenerates, to Two Beards, One Brain Cell. I am one half of that bearded fucking idiocracy. The other lovely half of that bearded idiocracy is the Logan the Ginger. Logan, can you say hi?
Heyo.
There you go. And then the one brain cell holding us together like glue on a fucking macaroni art project on your mom's refrigerator. Please welcome Jester. What up, buddy?
That be.
All right, before we get into this, both of you guys know, well, all three of us have something in common. We're all pretty much smokers. Well, but
Yeah.
but of the green variety.
Right.
But I actually went to the store today. I was telling Jester this. I went to get something to drink, but I got a special drink today, and I obviously I can't show you in Discord because I'm using my camera, but I'm gonna show chat this. I got Jack Daniel's Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I saw that. I showed it to the wife and my buddy Josh that's here. And he's like, we see the ones in the glass bottles around here, but we don't have the cans like that. That'd be cool for like get-togethers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was kind of excited about this. So like I went to the store the other day and I went to because I wanted to do some cooking. I got some Italian spicy sausage and all that stuff like that. And I saw that in the alcohol department, and I couldn't buy it at the time because I renewed my license over online, so I was still waiting for it to come in the mail. And I said whenever it gges here, I'll just get it. So ironically, when I was like, I'm gonna go get some to drink, I was like, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and go back and get it. So I grabbed its little 4-pack for like, I think it was like 12 or $13, and it's actually really really good. Like it's 7% alcohol, so it does
Yeah, it does kick a little.
Yeah, kick does kick. But this is probably one of the smoothest mixed drinks I probably have had like ever. Like when I got back here, me and Lat were in Destiny, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a step by step. We're gonna talk about this, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And when we were going through it, I was like, the first sip, you could definitely taste the Tennessee whiskey. You could definitely get that hint of Coke. You don't get a taste of Coke, you get a hint of Coke. But it's so smooth going down. It's so just it's dangerous. I'm gonna say that. It's just dangerous. And I'll bottoms up right now.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, I didn't just open this for a podcast.
Yeah.
I opened this for me. The podcast is just here.
But yeah, I showed that to her, and she's like, I asked her, I was like, you want to get you some? And she's like, well, you don't drink. They go to waste. And I'm like, no. I was like, Meme got some, and he said they're great. So I know you're gonna like them.
Yeah, it's very smooth. Because the one thing so hashtag sponsor meme. Jack Daniels and Coca Cola. Like here, free product placement.
Yeah, and the can looks good too. The picture.
Oh yeah. This
Looks
can is clean. Jack Daniels logo, the number 7, and with the red Coke lettering. So they have this, and they also have a zero sugar version too,
Huh?
which I think would be good as well.
Mm.
But yeah, this ain't bad at all. Like, I'm not a drinker. The last time I had a drink, I was talking to Logan about this, was over a year ago, and it was when the Mountain Dew Hards came out. Like,
Oh yeah.
my state was one of the first
I've wanted
states.
to try those, but I still haven't yet. The hard Baja Blast.
Those are good. Those are good. And when I first got those, like it was it was first off just like regular Mountain Dew. That was good, and I was like, dang. And then literally like 2 weeks later, like, oh, we have a variety pack with like Baja Blast, watermelon and black cherry, and I was like, oh shit. And since
Yeah.
one of my states was the first ones to do it, I fucking ran after that shit. And I think I like black cherry, but if I have too much black cherry, it upsets my stomach. Baja
Yeah.
Blast
Mhm.
has a very smooth taste. Watermelon was dog shit, and obviously regular. You can't go wrong with it. It's not top notch. It's not bottom tier. But when I was also there, they actually have a new flavor of Mountain Dew Hard, Live Wire Hard, and I kind of wanted to try
Ooh,
that.
dude,
But the
Livewire was good.
yeah,
like
I
that.
kind of wanted to try that, but I felt like
What happened?
I would have had to like buy the variety pack just to get it, and I don't want to buy a whole variety pack knowing I'm not gonna drink like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my product placement of the day. Sponsor your boys, the Two Beers One Brain Cell.
Yeah, if you want another really good, like drink like that in a way, have you ever tried those Cayman Jack margaritas, the little tiny glass bottles? It's like a 6 pack. No,
What?
Sorry,
the
what?
little the Cayman Jack, they're little margaritas in a little glass bottle, comes in a 6 pack. Have you ever had those before?
No, I don't think
Dude,
I've ever heard that.
bro, go to like your beer section, your grocery store, and look for them. It's like a little blue and green cardboard 6 pack and little glass bottles with a
Hmm.
a foggy liquid in it, but it's a margarita drink, dude. Those things will get you real fast. I
Oh,
love those.
there's another drink I want to try that I've been seeing all over Twitter, and I haven't done like the fullest of research on, but I believe I know where to get it. It's the hard Arizona iced teas.
Oh, I haven't had those.
Yeah, I saw it on, like I said, I saw it on Twitter. They were doing like their talks about it. And next thing I know, I was just been craving them. Like they have a hard sweet tea too.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong way.
Dude, I don't know if it's just me, but I've been totally vibing with companies starting to make like alcoholic versions of their drinks. Like what I don't get though, right, is we have we got the hard Mountain Dew, we got the hard Arizona. Um there's some other hard drinks that I saw too. But Coke hasn't made their own hard drink, or Pepsi hasn't made their own hard drink. Now this is the first that Coke has collaborated with Jack Daniels to make that, because Jack and Coke is probably one of the most famous mixed
I
drinks
feel like they
out
had
there.
those at one point before though, because I swear
I
I've
mean,
had one of those
they
before.
glass bottles. They were in cans, like you said,
Okay,
like
Hmm.
had the glass
that
bottle.
might be it then. Yeah,
Now,
'cause I don't think I remember in
I don't know about you, but I just can't stand beer in general. I've gotten to a point where I refuse to try it nowadays. Maybe
a
it's
can.
just
There's only
like,
certain ones I like.
yeah, like once you find the ones you like whatever, do you. But like for
Mhm.
me, I just don't care anymore. Beer is beer. Just get it out of my face. I'd rather have a mixed cocktail over a beer any day. I
Oh
think
yeah, dude.
You know, I'll do a Jack and Coke. I'll do a fucking, vodka
Hey, give me
Red
a food.
Bull. Dude, I'll
Give me
even do.
your
I will
give me
do a
your
Jaeger bomb.
sorority girlfriend, sorority girl's favorite fucking mixed drink, and I'll probably fucking love it.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't give a shit, dude. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
care how like what anyone says. Like, oh, nice little food drink. I don't give a fuck. It's delicious,
Dude,
dude.
yeah.
Like, fuck
100%.
off.
Apple pie shots, delicious.
Mhm. Let's say, okay, so we went to the island yesterday, me, Scylla, and Gabby, which is a thing up in Pigeon Forge. Well, they have the old Smoky Moonshine up there, and yes, before Jack says it, and Jester, no, it's not real moonshine.
Yeah.
No, it's good though, and it's cheap, and it'll get you fucked up.
Where the fuck you think you're going?
Hey,
Hey guys, we're doing a podcast.
uh, boot camp.
Yeah, go back.
uh, but
Continue.
anyways, you can do. So basically, like I said, they make this moonshine.
Mhm.
It's really good though. All kinds of flavors and stuff. They have little like edible ones where it's like the like nectarines in the jar with it. They even have dill pickles and everything else like you get.
Cherries,
Well,
peaches.
when you go to the place where they do it, you can do a shot tasting.
Mhm.
It's like $5, and basically you get they'll line up a bunch of them. You sit there and take little shots, and you can get a little tipsy like for $5. Um, unless you're an alcoholic, then sorry, you might
Yeah.
feel okay for a minute. But we did it yesterday, me, Scylla, and my dad. And dude, so they introduced a new lineup though. It's the premium, so it's $10, and like it's the way stronger shit that they make. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, like we did that one, and after it, I was just like, shit, I'm a little fucking tipsy, dude. Like, like a little more tipsy than I expected after this, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good as fuck, man. But
Not,
yeah, we did that shit yesterday, and it was so good.
hell yeah. Now tell me this: with you have your glasses off, how blind are you? Like on a scale of to
I'm
like,
not.
oh, so you're not like Ray
Zero.
Charles like I am, basically.
No, I have contacts in.
Oh, you fancy like Applebee's. All right.
Yeah, I got caught. I went to the eye doctor today, like an adult.
How dare you?
I know. Me and Zilla both got our eyes examined.
Mhm.
We both are wearing contacts right now, and we're like, my depth perception was fucked for like 10 minutes when I put them in. Not gonna lie, because I wasn't used to it anymore.
Mhm.
I used to wear nothing but contacts, but about 3 years ago I ran out, and I just have not ordered any.
Bro, I
So I
think
haven't rocked my glasses since.
I'm one of those few like weird guys that like I can't do contacts. The idea of like poking myself in the eye, nah. And I know myself. I'm very forgetful, especially with this fucking ADHD shit. And I would leave that shit in my eyes overnight, and I would just probably fucking die. Like I'd
I
probably
mean,
I'd go blind before taking that shit out. And
dude,
that's
I
probably my
slept in
bad.
my contacts for years, bro. Like not a brag, but like I'm
That's not a
still
good
here.
thing.
Like I'm not. Yeah, it's not a great thing to brag about, but yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm alive.
Yeah. Also, what up, Juancito,
Uh,
man? What are you doing? What are you doing?
yeah, we're about to order some glasses from Zenny because it's way fucking cheaper. We just got our prescription and all that,
Yeah.
Mm.
and I
That's
got
that's
five
what I need to do.
5 sets of contacts to use so for free. But they're daily, so like after I take them out, I throw them away.
Yeah, that's what I need to
Wasn't
do.
no
I
use.
need to go to my eye doctor place, which I believe is Lens Crafters. I think it's Lens Crafters. Just get the test done and then go to Zenny's and get the. There's some frames on Zenny's I really like that are like $15, and I was like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, they have some nice frames on there cheap. Still had a bunch of pairs from it.
You want to know something
Two
really?
just gets hold up.
You want to know something really wild?
Hmm.
Did you know like 85% of all the glasses manufacturers in the world are owned by one person?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
it's a monopoly.
Do you have a Stanton Optical near you?
I don't think I've ever heard of that. No.
Well, that's like the lens crafters and shit. If you like Google it at some point, if you do,
Mhm.
go to them because it's like $59 for the exam.
It's not a bad
You
deal.
can if you do the contacts one though, it's 99, which is what we did.
Yeah, I mean I got
'Cause I was like,
insurance.
I want contacts again for here and there.
Yeah, I got insurance, and my insurance covers lens crafters, so I'm pretty
I
fucking
don't.
so. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's
No vision insurance.
yeah that rip. Anyways,
Yeah.
so Logan, you said
Thanks, America.
you said you had a question for the podcast.
Lat had a question. I can't look at it because I have no internet right now because Xfinity is fucking garbage.
Oh, so you want me to come
Unless I
back
go
to that?
no go to my Discord real quick and go to podcast topic suggestions. It's in there.
Alright. God damn, you gotta make me do all this fucking work.
It's literally 2 clicks, but
Ah!
yeah.
This so the last question, or I guess topic, is the
He's
state
gonna
of
adjust like my glasses and then up there.
the state of gaming and the gaming industry. Want to know is y'all take on it? Ooh, okay. So this actually correlates to what I was bitching about earlier in VC.
Right.
I don't know if y'all talking,
I
but
saw
like,
you on Twitter bitching about
dude, yeah. If you see it
video
on
games.
Twitter, you kind of know where my thoughts are on just video game industry in itself. But like, the gaming industry is in such an ass backwards, broken state of mind. So like,
Mhm.
if we take a minute to like think about the mid 2000s, right? You know, we got Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 2, we got Halo coming out, we got, you know, all the Need for Speed shit. You know, and back in the day, you know, companies had to worry about making a perfect game because if there was bugs and
Mhm.
issues on that disc, they couldn't recall an update or anything like that, which
Yeah.
made the game company spend time to make them fucking good. Hire quality testers, hire fucking night shift crew to get shit done, or they would spend years in development making stuff to make the best possible game, right? And
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of the gaming industry took the biggest hits lately, and it's kind of when this ass backward state. You know, companies have this idea of releasing games or re-releasing games on computer or programs, not perfect, not ported well, not done
Mhm.
anything with it, and it's buggy, as errors, audio issues, graphical issues, X, Y, and Z, right? And
Right.
they will spend weeks to months fixing a lot of these issues. And while they fix one issue, they'll break another, and that'll be another issue. Like, it's wild to think that, like, some of the best games out there right now, like in the current era, are older games. Like, there's not
Mhm.
many newer games I could say that have like killed lately. Like, the only three that I could think of that killed have been Baldur's Gate 3, but that took years in development to make.
Mhm.
Um, Elden Ring, but that's made by From Software, and like From Software is fucking anal about their fucking games and their passion
Mhm.
towards it, and they usually take years to come up with a game.
Yeah.
And honestly, I probably would say like PlayStation exclusives with their single player games like God of War, Last of Us, Spider-Man, almost like those single player exclusive games are like killing it. But like even nowadays, like I've been more seeking out like indie developers and indie games than I have been of like AAA games, because AAA is just fucking pissing me off. Like, so for example, to kind of get back to the context at hand, I pre-ordered a few games because you know I was excited for them. I was excited for what they were and what they could bring. So like the first one was the Star Wars Battlefront Collective, which is Star Wars Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 in one game. And the company that's releasing it, Aspire, was supposed to be hosting their multiplayer server, so reviving the multiplayer scene. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Like, hell yeah, I never got to do the multiplayer when I was a kid because we didn't have that kind of availability. So I was excited for this shit. And oh my god, the dumpster fucking fire that game has is
Mhm.
beyond irremensible. Like, day one, there was only one multiplayer server. One. So that means only 32 or 64 people could play at a time.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's fucking rough. And it was only one game mode too. It was Heroes Hunt. So you could only play as heroes. If you wanted to do Capture the Flag, if you wanted to do Conquest, you couldn't. You had to only do Heroes Hunt. It was randomized map. That sucked. And
Mhm.
I didn't even get to play day one. I played day two because I wait for the servers to kind of like figure themselves out.
Mhm.
Usually companies buy more servers or build more server space or whatever. So that's what they did. They added more servers, but they're only Heroes Hunt. When I download the game and I open it up, anytime I try to capture the flag, my game would instantly shut down like that, just
Mhm.
gone. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do Heroes Hunt. My first Heroes Hunt, I got into a map I didn't like. I said whatever, and I waited a few minutes. I got into another map, played a little bit of that, and no shit, there was already a fucking hacker in the first map.
Yep.
I decided, I'm not going to give this time. I'm not going to
Like,
give
of
this
course.
patience. I'm not going to do anything about this. I already got like 30 something minutes into this, right? I'm not doing it. I closed the game. I fucking asked for a refund, and I explained everything about my refund. When I tell you this game is beyond fucked right now, let me tell you this. On Steam right now, if you go to their Steam page, which I'm going to do, you can see how bad the reviews are. If I'm not mistaken, they still are at like a 20 to 19% positive review. And like, holy shit, when I tell you, like, yeah, okay, so it's mostly negative. Out of 6,203 reviews, 6,000, 20% of those are positive.
Yeah.
80% negative bomb.
My God.
Yeah. This game has been out since March 13th. It is now 10 days in.
Yeah.
This game will not recover.
Not even.
This game will, like, no matter what's going to happen, this game's not recover. And most of the positive reviews are like, oh, the single player's great. Well, of course the single player's great.
Yeah.
And, like, here are some recent reviews. Can't launch game after update 3/22/24. That's today. I play Stormtrooper, I'm happy. Okay, no one fucking cares. I buy the 2005 edition and save yourself HDD space and money. Yeah, by the way,
Oh, it's probably massive compared to the original. Yeah.
do you know how big this fucking game is?
130 gigs. I want to say.
65 gigs.
Oh well.
Do you know how big the
I
original?
literally doubled it.
Yeah. Do you know how big the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 is?
Like 5 or 6 gigs, probably.
I believe so. I'm about to look at it right now, just for the sake of this whole thing. 10 gigs. So you think about that. 10 gigs for one game, which is Battlefront 2, and probably I'll be generous and give it 10 gigs for Star Wars Battlefront, the first one. 20 gigs. So what?
So they doubled it.
Yeah, what? They tripled it. They tripled it with a broken multiplayer. That's the wild part. So I returned that shit. I got my money back, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other game I went to look at was a game called Myth and Legends. There's nothing wrong with the game. It just wasn't like I wasn't in the mood for another like New World MMO RPG kind of shit like that. And I wasn't really about to dive into something like that. So the next two games that I bought, I wanted to play single player on. I wanted to like get a good single player game. I've been
Right.
craving something like that, and usually the only good single player games you'll find are typically, right, like PlayStation exclusives or whatever, or console only. So I bought Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
And I was so happy and disappointed at the same time. It was graphically beautiful. It was 130, 140 gigs to download. It was fucking gross. But my game was running it on high settings, having no issues. My only issue was that it had choppy and laggy audio. So like Eloy could be talking and then we'll pause mid sentence. We'll still move in the map. You'll still think things move around, and then it'll like chop back in and talk here and there. Same thing with the background music. So think about trying to being in this immersed robotic world, and then like every music thing you have in the background, every voice line is just laggy and choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kills the thing. And what pisses me off is that like I try to go to like Reddit and the communities. I try to look up YouTube videos to figure out like how can we fix this? How can we, get workarounds? And I spent legitimately 6 hours last night.
Yo.
I spent 6 hours last night trying to fix these audio issues, and I couldn't even fucking do it. I was so disappointed. I guess he's got his internet back.
Yeah.
God damn it, Logan! You put the wrong channel. Well, there you go.
I clicked the wrong one.
Yeah, I know. So
That's it.
I spent 6 hours back with the Burger Knives. I spent 6 hours
My
trying to
internet's
fix
back.
this. Yes, we can tell. We spent 6 hours trying to fix this. Well, me and basically myself. I was watching YouTube videos, trying to read Steam community notes, Reddit notes, all that shit, and nothing fucking worked. And everybody who has this issue, or that does, it's a very minute issue. There's no fix for it, really. You have to have like Dolby Audio Atom to kind of fix this shit, but I don't have that. It's not a thing. And then what's even worse is that if you wanted to play this game with a wireless PlayStation controller, like Bluetooth from your computer, there's a bug in the game that will cap the frames at 20 frames because of that. So think about having a AAA game in this era and you're capped at 20 frames per second because you want to play wirelessly.
Yeah.
Like, that's a AAA studio. That shouldn't be happening. You get
And
paid.
why is that even
Yeah. It like
that's even
it's very annoying. Like, how are we even at the point in games where we're releasing games and they're buggy and we think like, oh, we'll figure out all the issues day one and we'll try to fix them as fast as we can? No.
I'll
Spe-
BRB. I gotta take layout.
You're good. The topic is the current state of games in the gaming industry. Like, I get more excited for games that take years to make because usually the game takes years and years to make. There's a very high chance that this game is going to come out great, right? Usually. Not always, but usually.
Right.
But like think about like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5 took years to make and it came out pretty good. So good, it's still around being popular for the last 12, 13 years.
Right.
Red Dead Redemption 2 took several years to make, and it's probably one of the best games of our generation. Baldur's Gate 3 took amazing amount of time to make, and boom, instant hit. Like, I'm at the point where I would rather games sporadically come out big every year than have like 20 games drop 1 year and none of them be ready. None of them be good. None of them be set up for success.
Right.
So what I did was, which is really toxic, I refunded my Horizon Forbidden West game, got my money back, bought it off of G2A for cheaper, so I saved $10 and I still have the same game. Yeah. I'm not going to pay full price for a fucking game that's still broken. And I'm going to come back to this when they figure out the fucking audio issues, but I was just too impatient, and I already put so much time into it that they already approved the refund and all that shit.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not going to do it. Skyrim was a game that came out in a good amount of time, and of course there was there's some glitches and all that, but like I said before, Kate, like, and you may have missed it, games made in like the early 2000s to the mid 2000s, before like digital was really a thing, had to focus on making perfect games because they couldn't tell you to bring your CD back for an update. They had to make the perfect game. And if there was a bug, error, or glitch, there was a bug, error, glitch, and they fucked up horribly. Yeah. So they had to spend time to make perfect games. And I believe, even though digital is nice, we give leeway to companies who make digitals to fix issues, which then gives them the idea that they can make imperfect games at the start.
Yeah.
Like, we're in a state of gaming where it's not hard to put out demos, to put out whatever, and have people give feedback, criticism, bug reports, and all that. New World did that. New World was like, hey, you want to alpha test this? You want to beta test this and give us feedback before our launch? Please do. Give us all the feedback. Let us know. Hey, Destiny 2 fans, let's do this. Hey, any fucking game, really. It can be done. It's just people don't want to fucking do it. How hard is it to be like, hey, if you pre-order this game, we'll let you be a beta tester right now, and you can give feedback every time you go into this game.
Yeah, that's kind of like what we're doing with Rodent Royale with Druid and them. I mean, that's a great example. Giving feedback during the game, after the game, and everything, and they've all been taking it. And the game is like this last test that we just recently done was awesome.
Oh yeah, like that's why I love Rodent Royale, because like they're not gonna just release a open beta and just have like people play it here and there. They want to
Yeah.
optimize it as best they can. They want to make sure the game modes they make are working. If games are crashing, they want to figure out why it's crashing. They want to figure out system minimum requirements. They want to figure out everything up, down, left, right, and that's what I love about it. Like even when me and you, Jester, were like, oh, we could try controller and mess around with the key bindings for the gamepad and stuff like that. We were even saying to him in stream, we're like, hey, we know you guys didn't do controller yet because you're trying to focus mainly on the stability of the game's life. Like
Yeah.
we're doing this out of our own fun because why not? But it's
Yeah.
possible, and they're seeing it's possible because they're like, oh, I didn't even know this was you could do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, yeah, but like that's what I love about that. And that's like another game that like me and Logan kind of started testing a little bit was Ollie Frog Toad Skater. In the Discord, you can report bugs and
So fun.
fixes. Yeah, you can report bugs and fixes and all that. And the guy and the girl who are usually pretty active there, the guy who makes the game, and I think the girl's like a friend or a girlfriend or whatever. They're pretty on top of responding to that Discord on like in like the next like 5, 10, 20 minutes. And they're
Yeah.
usually pretty good about like getting fixes and errors done, and it's wild. It's nice. So I don't get how we spend so much money on games that don't do this. And the one that you probably know that I'm going to bitch about is Call of Duty. How are we?
Okay.
How is Call of Duty in the state that it is, and we let it happen?
Mhm.
No, right.
And if Lat was listening, he probably is, but he's probably dealing with his children right now.
Well, I know
Uh,
he said he was gonna be like watching a movie with his parents or something like that.
Yeah,
So, like that's
yeah.
what he's doing.
But that's why I'm saying it now so he doesn't hear me. Um, he
Right.
he brought up a great point. Like, why are we spending $70 on a game that's constantly broken, constantly needing updating, constantly needing X, Y, Z?
Yeah.
Like I get updates for like battle
Addiction.
passes. I get updates for like random shit like that. But
Mhm.
like anytime when there's a new season, a new map, a new Warzone, a new whatever, right? It is so horrible. It's broken. There's errors all the time, connection issues and all that. And it usually takes like a full day to a day and a half before they fix that shit. Like how hard is it to get a small group of testers, even big streamers, to beta test some shit before launch?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tap Man, hey, all these fucking big shots.
They don't want him talking shit about the game on or streams and shit. With
But
it
they're
being ass.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. I'd rather
I
you
know.
beta test, call it ass, than come back a week before it's done, fix all that shit, and then when it releases, you don't have fucking issues. You don't have a player base that drops. But again, Call of Duty is such a widely popular game that it probably won't die unless they get woke or unless they just keep fucking breaking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? I
Right.
hate having to update it every single time I open COD. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Like I get it for games who have a constant online server like Destiny 2, Call of Duty,
Mhm.
Apex, and all that. It's just quality of life shit, right? But when big updates happen, usually that shit doesn't fucking happen well. Is Power World a good example of a broken game? Well, I mean, yes and no. Like the game isn't so much broken; it's just buggy with its mechanics. It's also It's also that studio's first time making a game, so
Mhm.
I wouldn't call it broken. I would call it a learning curve. Because, like I said, it's their first time really doing something this big on this scale. And now, if I'm not mistaken, Power World and I think that studio are owned by Xbox now. If I'm not mistaken,
I've got no idea.
or they're in the acts, or there's been rumors of them wanting to buy it out and all this shit like that.
This is why we need Lat here right now, even though he's in the call but not here,
Mhm.
because he can tell us like he knows all this shit like to a T.
Yeah, so gaming is a disappointment. Ports from old games to new have been broken without being tested properly. New games are coming out being broken. All this shit is just in a sad, pathetic state to where I'd rather just break out a PS2 and start playing games like that again because I know at least those games, if they're broken, it's a funny bug.
Yeah.
So the gaming industry is fucked. indie developers are doing what's right. They're having beta tests. They're having open tests. They're having feedback from players so they know what they can see. Not because not every player plays on the same console or the same PC or have the same play styles. So seeing that feedback, hearing that feedback really makes improvements.
Yeah.
And when I do see a game have beta tests or open tests like that, I give credit to those developers because they're doing something that that most big AAAs, I should say, aren't doing. Like Amazon, when they do stuff like with like Lost Ark or New World, they usually have like
Yeah.
beta testers or whatever like that, or an open beta testing week.
Mhm.
So the gaming industry is entirely fucked, and I hate it because it
Yeah.
also sucks because like the games that are surviving are like battle royales or online server games, like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex, Valorant, basically anything with a multiplayer online lobby. World of Warcraft, RuneScape, all that. And it's not that I'm against those games, but like they get tiring after so long. And like for me right now, I want to play a different game. I want to play a different style of game. I want to do something that kind of like changes my thinking and play style. So I've been playing, Session, the skate sim. I've been playing LA Noire. I've been looking for good single player games again. Because there's something about getting yourself immersed in a single player game with like nobody around you, or maybe like just chat or whatever, and you're just enjoying the story and enjoying what's going on and just fucking around. WWE 2K is a great example of that. Even though I feel like every other game is like dog shit to great,
Yep.
dog shit to great,
Yeah.
you still find yourself buying it every year, playing the single player story mode, downloading the community download, so you get like, Donald Trump versus Mario and shit like that.
So fun.
And you just fuck around with friends. But like every year you know what you're getting yourself into. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm not so mad about them. I'm mad that the games are usually
That's
broken
definitely
at
fair.
launch, but that's just AAA being AAA. I hate the segment that
It was
girls.
just
There you go.
WWE 2K21, was it? That was so bad that they took like the year off or whatever. Or was it 2K20?
Um,
Because they missed a year because the one before it was so bad and broken the entire like year while they were apparently doing the next one. I think
mhm.
it was 22 they skipped.
They skipped 22.
Was
Okay,
it?
so 21 was fucking dog shit then is what it was.
Did they
Yeah,
skip
they
20? No, I
they,
have 22. They skipped 21.
they just skipped 21.
Okay, then
Yeah,
20 was fucking terrible. I can't remember.
yeah,
It was recent within the last few years.
yeah,
I
because
think
I
it was one of the 20s.
yeah, because I have 2K18
Out-
right here. I have 2K22, 2K23, and 2K24.
Yeah.
There's one of them
Yeah,
they
it's
skipped.
2K21 they skipped.
What was it?
Mhm.
Brawlers, whatever it was.
What was
Brock,
it?
the one with Brock Lesnar on it, right?
I mean, he's been on a lot of them.
What was
Mm.
it?
It's been on like 4 fucking covers.
It was like their arcade,
Sorry, what was
and
that?
it was like
Yeah.
beat 'em up style.
Oh, the fucking like
Eh,
super cartoony one.
Yeah.
Battlegrounds, I think.
Battlegrounds, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That was dog shit too.
Yeah.
Also, a game that was overhyped and undersold. That AEW Fight Forever game.
Apparently, it's fucking dog shit. Like,
Well, I
to this
was.
day still.
It's because they didn't make a good wrestling game. They just made a wrestling game with high graphics. That's really what they did. They didn't make a good one. They just made one with high graphics. Like there's half a fucking entrance for every wrestler. Like they'll come out with like by the screen, they'll do their little dancer pose or whatever, and then they're just in the ring. They don't run down. They don't do their like ring entrance like where they're standing on the ropes. None of that. The fighting
Dude,
mechanics.
WCW and WO were friends. At least had that. Like shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's war.
Yeah. Like the fighting in that game is bare bones, but it's arcadey, so it's fun. I don't mind it.
Right.
But the story mode is so boring and so dull.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
thought
don't-
about picking it up
Don't.
before just for the fun of it, but especially it's on sale right now for 30 on
Don't.
Steam.
Don't.
So I'm not. I bought 2K24 instead.
Yeah, no. You do. Oh,
That's been fun.
it is a dog shit game, and it needs like I keep looking at it right now, like on my Steam, and I wish I could refund it, but I've spent too much time on it.
Yeah, if you do over 2 hours, you can't refund.
Yeah,
There was a game we played. It was it was the Backrooms game, I think. We played 2.1 hours.
Yeah.
And like we were stuck the entire time in like one single level. It was such dog shit. We hated it.
It's
We
horrible.
went to go refund it and they wouldn't let us.
What game was this?
In the
Inside
back,
the back rooms.
inside the
yeah.
back room.
Yeah, the
Like
back
Yeah.
that popular game and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But
fucking
you
horrible.
know, during our scary Sunday, time when we were doing that every single Sunday, and we were trying new games and everything every so often.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was one we picked and it sucked. I mean, luckily it was only like $10 tops, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was actually like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But
Wasn't like
Yeah.
a
at
big
least it wasn't a lot of money wasted. It wasn't a $60 fucking game.
No, hell no.
No. But it just sucks. The gaming industry sucks right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just shit. That's what I told Lat the other day when he's like, "Hey, I put a podcast suggestion for you. We were in DC chilling." And I looked at it and I was like, "I got your answer right now. It's fucking shit. Like it's terrible now.
Yeah.
It's all money. That's it. All they want is like, here, let's put something out as fast as we can to get as much money as we can, and we don't care what it is." And I'm sure you probably pretty much talked about that while I was out taking land.
No, we didn't. We didn't get that far yet.
Oh,
But yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, like I mean, we kind of dabbled on it. I said some of the best games that come out in the recent years have been in development for literal years. So like Red Dead Redemption 2,
yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Mhm.
What are some of the other games that came out like that took years to make? Either way, most of the games that take
What
usually
was
like
that? I don't know if you said it. That super hard game. You mentioned it earlier tonight.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, yeah.
Yeah, Elden Ring
It
was
was
a phenomenal game.
So I never played it, but I watched a lot of people play. I was like, I'm gonna get way too mad at this fucking game.
Oh yeah,
Like, I'm not playing
you will hate that kind of game.
it. Oh yeah, I know.
I love watch. That's like one of the games like I watch. I love watching streamers who actually play those kind of games play because they're just so good at it, and I don't have the patience to like keep dying like 70 million times. There's actually a
No.
lady. There's actually a lady who beat Elden Ring using her thoughts. She has like
What?
neuro. She has like neuro. Like she has like
Oh, okay, like
antennas.
that one. Okay.
Yeah, antennas attached to her head and shit like that. And she would like move her head in certain directions, and then she would like blink or do random shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was actually a
Like
goal.
the dude that plays with his mouth on TikTok. Like
Mhm.
that guy in a way, but
There's
different,
there's
obviously.
actually a guy who streamed his goldfish beating one of the first bosses in Elden Ring. Anytime the goldfish would move into a certain square, it would do the action on the controller or whatever, and it actually beat a boss. It was fucking wild. Like a goldfish played this game fucking better than me, and I feel kind of disappointed. Also, another shitty thing about the gaming industry, it's fucking bullshit. Like attention to fucking anti cheats and cheating system stuff like that. Cheating has been so rampant in an unhealthy manner. Like when I think of like a healthy cheating, I think of like a single player game like San Andreas, right? Where you
Yeah.
you do your fucking little cheat codes to get like your weapons, your health and shit like that. Like whatever. Like as a single player game, there's no real there's no real repercussions to it, and it's not affecting anybody.
Mhm.
I'm fine with that. But when it comes to stuff like multiplayer shooter games, competitive shooter games, and all that, it's so abundantly rampant and it's disgusting. The people who
Yeah.
do it don't fucking care about you or anybody else. They just care about being good, looking good, or as I've known people to do it, they just want to they like pissing people off because they're pissed off themselves. They hate life, so
Yeah.
they shit on other people who are having a good time, and then they just fucking laugh it off because they don't care. Like they're like, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a fucking video game. Yeah, I mean, they're to a point. They got it fucking right, but
Mhm.
it's just sad because like Ricochet was such a failure of a fucking anti-cheat system because like I think what pissed me off was that like the appearance of Call of Duty making these preventative measures of like, hey, if we detect cheats on your game, anytime you jump, as soon as you drop, you get knocked down to fall damage, or like what they call Caldera, like when you shoot, your bullets are like feathers tickling your fucking testicles, like it ain't doing shit. Some of the other ones in Caldera were like, oh yeah, you'll just drop your guns. Oh yeah, the other person will just turn invisible and you can't see them. Like,
fuck?
like think about that. Like that's funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that didn't fucking
that
do?
That.
It didn't stop the fucking hacker from hacking.
Oh yeah.
No.
that too.
They got put into a shadow ban lobby probably, and they probably got like that one account banned, and then they're back with the same fucking cheats in the same
Yep.
fucking lobby because they don't fucking hardware ban. And even if they do hardware ban, there are ways to get around hardware bans. Like
Yeah.
like I'd rather spend money. If I was make a game, right, I would spend years making it, and my top three priorities would be quality of life. Can this game survive the years to come? Number two would
Yeah.
probably be anti cheat. Like this game needs to have a fucking anti cheat system that works, especially if it's multiplayer. And number three, testers to give feedback. Like, of course, you're gonna want to make a game that's visually appealing, that has a great story and all that, and that all can be done within a certain amount of time. But like, while you're in the years of making a fucking game, like, how hard is it to have people beta test shit or hire testers to give feedback based on the
Yeah.
different requirements? Hey, we thought you wanted to be a tester. We have this upcoming game. We know it's graphically
Right.
intense, but we want you to play on lower settings to see how it is. We want you to play on lower running parts like a 20
Mhm.
series or a 10
Mhm.
series or even like
Yeah.
a 30 series to see if there's going to be issues. Because if you put
Yeah.
everybody on the high end 40 series with the best processors and the best parts, you're going to get the best results for performance. You're not going to
Always.
get the graphical issues, you're not going to get the sound issues, you're not going to get the fucking dialogue issues, you're not going to get crashes, you're not going to get really much, which sucks. So having those different performances will be great and immersive. And a way to like track that is by offering it up to the community. Be like, hey, we have this game coming out. We have these beta tests coming out. Like, we know there's going to be bugs. We're trying to find the bugs. You're not here to play a game for fun. You're here to find bugs. So just be in the
Right.
mindset. Like, and if you have fun, you have no bugs, cool. But if you have bugs, report that shit. Hey, I tried to switch to a weapon and I couldn't like use my weapon. Okay, that's a fucking huge issue. Let's call this shit out. How hard is that? Hey, I
Yeah.
tried to jump onto this rock and it shot me up straight into the sky and I just would never stop falling. Holy fucking shit. All right, let's take a look at that. Like,
Let's,
And that goes back to like what Jester was saying earlier about us with Rodent Royale, like
mhm,
Druid's constantly, in your stream or mine here and there, like, and asking us our feedback and everything while we're testing it for him live and everything. And we're telling him, like, yeah, we're having fun, but then, yeah, this shit fucking happened when I was trying to climb this fucking tree. Like,
mhm.
I just, like, dove inside the fucking tree or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
or like when I
but they're
jumped
not,
into that taco
major
truck
games
or
aren't doing
whatever.
that.
I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
Mhm.
Right. Like, major games just aren't doing that. Smaller indie titles are actually doing so.
And if they are doing that, they're doing a poor job at it by not looking at like everything. They're looking at
Yeah.
it's like looking at the main road, which is like 75% of the game, instead of the other 25%, which is like the side areas, the corners of the maps, the glitches and stuff like that.
Their field of view's not fully open, man.
Mm-hmm. Like, and it's just stuff like that, like that ruins games, that ruin experiences, that ruins wanting people to play these games. And they think, oh, we'll just put a patch out. Like, bitch, you should have done that when the game was first made. Like,
Yeah.
how are you making this much money and doing the shit like that? That's why like I haven't been buying a lot of like games that are like made by big brands, because unless it's a game that I'm excited for, so, like the new Elden Ring game, whenever it does come out, I'll probably pre-order that because I had a good time with Skyrim and Morrowind and all that shit. But I probably won't do that for many games going forward unless it's like a game that I know I'm probably gonna like sink too many fucking hours into, which kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But
I'm not pre-ordering shit straight up.
I think it just depends on the developer and it depends on the game. So like
Mm.
if for some reason like Destiny 2 people decide they wanted to make a new game or a Destiny 3, I probably would
Mhm.
pre-order that because the way they treat their quality of life for their community and all that, it's pretty
Yeah.
fucking spot on. That's why I fucking keep
Destiny
sending
2's
DLC.
been going for what? Like
Over a
12
decade.
like
Over a
12 yeah, over a decade, like close to 12 probably,
Yeah, over a
if not
decade at
more.
least. I think it was like
Yeah.
2010
And
or
they always
2012.
have something coming out for it though. Like
Mhm.
yeah, the DLCs apparently can fucking break your fucking bank and shit, but you have all this shit you can do in a
Mhm.
game that's not fucked.
Yeah, and you can go back and do those like DLCs.
Yeah.
You can play them with your friends
Mhm.
if they don't really have them. It's
Yeah.
great.
A guy Jester and I both know, his name's Dane, a good buddy of ours.
Mhm.
He's huge in Destiny 2. So if y'all are really actually getting back into that, that's some dude you need to get in. I think you've met him, Sauce Guardian. You'll hear in my stream or like playing together. I think we might have played with them before
Probably.
with you. But yeah, dude, he's all in it, man. He's got like every single DLC that's ever come out for that shit. Like he's like super fucking high level, like insanely high. Him and his brother both, like they go ham on that shit.
Kate just
So
said Assassin's Creed has small bugs that can mess up game
Mhm.
progress. Like if you fall onto a rock and it glitches, and you just keep falling until you just die, even if it's not at a height to die at. Or like I jumped off a cliff in Valhalla and flew into the air and off the map and died. Yeah, like yeah, like stuff like that, like are like minute things to me, and I think make games like glitchy fun and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I have no issues with
That's
small
just a
stuff like
good
that.
clip.
Hey, it's funny, but like stuff like I can't ride a fucking horse, I can't stab somebody. Anytime I go to this, like anytime I go to synchronize at a tower, I can't synchronize. Or worse, I try to finish a level and I couldn't because of XYZ. Like that's stuff that's happening on AAA games that should not be happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another game series that I will die for. Probably is Assassin's Creed.
I
I
used to love them back in the day. I haven't played any of the new ones in a while.
I love the new ones.
I haven't
I
played it since Black Flag.
I
Sounded like Black
Black
Flag.
Flag's the last one.
I like Black Flag, but I have vendetta against Black Flag, and it's the stupidest vendetta, but I have it.
Let's hear it.
When I was in college, and I was going through one of the hardest depressions of my life because my ex fiance broke up with me around that time, right?
Mhm.
I was hardcore playing Odyssey. One of my roommates, he brought his Xbox 360 and he would leave it in the common area, and I would just play it because no one else wanted to play video games. They just wanted to be by themselves. So I'd play Odyssey, or not Odyssey, Black Flag, and I got all the way to the very last mission, and it's a boat battle mission, and my game file corrupted, and I lost all my progress, and I was so defeated, and I never touched it ever again. Because I sunk like 40, 50, 60 hours in that bitch, and I never got to fucking complete it. So Black Flag is on my vendetta list. It was a fun game, vendetta list. My favorite Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That one I enjoyed. It was a mixture of ground battles, ship battles, different weapon styles. So like if you want to use a sword, you can use a long sword. You want to use like dual-handed dagger swords, you can do that. You want to use a spear, do
Yeah.
that. You want to use a staff, use that. You want to use a battle axe or whatever, use that. Like it had so many great things. Plus you could fuck like 20, 50 different people in that game, which was funny. Plus fighting the mythical creatures like the Cyclops and the Tauros or whatever.
Mhm.
Or whatever the
Minotaur.
Minotaur, thank you. Yeah, the bull on top, human on bottom kind of shit. That shit was cool. Going down to Atlantis and getting Poseidon's trident, that was cool. I like all that shit. Plus, it's historical, and I like the historical aspect to it. Valhalla was
Yeah.
a good game. Mirage was I would say it's a good like Offspring DLC kind of side game. It's fun. I wouldn't delve too much into it after you beat the story, but it's a good game. But I'm excited for the ones coming out. Before we come near to the end of this podcast, first of all, we have a birthday that I want to call out. Yeah, it's Allie's birthday in Discord.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, Allie. Allie just turned 18, and that's why I'm wearing my University of Dallas hat because she got her scholarship to play volleyball over there.
Oh, nice.
Well,
So congratulations, Allie. Happy birthday. Don't do anything stupid. Woo.
have fun though.
Yeah, have fun. Just don't do stupid things. And if you do, don't get caught. Any other last remarks or comments from either one of you, beautiful gentlemen?
Oh, not really, man.
Wow.
Pretty good. To see we're watching it right now.
Is it raining by you?
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro,
Yeah, it's
the
gonna be
weather
rainy
was
next couple days.
I forgot to tell you, the weather was weird by me, yo. So like when I went to go get drinks, it was hard raining, like hard raining.
Mhm.
And as soon as I got out of the store, it was snowing. And I just looked around and I was
What?
like, yeah, it went from rain to snow in like 10 minutes. And I was like, nah, I'm just
Fuck
gonna
that, dude.
yeah, I'm not gonna be doing this
Fuck
shit
that.
anymore.
Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Kay says I still like Valhalla more due to it having less boat stuff. I get seasickness. Yeah, but that's a personal issue versus like a choice of play style. Like if you didn't have seasickness, and you might actually like some of the boat battles. But Kate, in Valhalla, my favorite DLC was the Ireland DLC when you got to like deal with all like the witches and shit like that. That was fun. But
Still
yeah,
gotta play that one.
I haven't had either of those. Shut the fuck up. Keep it away from me. What? Seasickness or boats? What are you talking about, Kate?
Yeah, Kay, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, Kay? Are you okay?
Good.
Anyways, Logan, Jester, you magnificent bastards,
Me.
you. Thank you as well, audience, for joining in on this wonderful fucking podcast. We'll be back at this next Friday. Hopefully, Logan's internet doesn't crash before the show.
Right.
Hopefully, Jester, still fucking Jester, I guess. I don't know. Ain't nothing wrong with you right now.
No, not really.
Yeah,
Nah,
no.
he's just
Right.
old.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Just don't fall down and break your hip.
No,
Oh
Drink.
no, his shoulder's fucked actually.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
How
Jester.
you had therapy today, right? Or was that
Yeah.
yesterday?
This day.
How'd that go?
It's okay. They took measurements
Sucked
and
ass,
like,
right?
preliminary stuff.
Oh, so they're gonna start ripping and pulling on you probably next time then.
Mhm.
Monday.
Monday. Oof. Oof.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oof.
let's end it here. Cheers, to everybody. Go get yourself a Jack Daniel's Coca-Cola. Fuck up this weekend, and hopefully you can survive the week going ahead. Have a good night. Have a good night, podcast.